Hey you, what up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. I'm Maryam. This is the makeup that I prepared for today's episode of Makeup for Real Life New Year's Eve Glam Edition. I am obsessed with this look. This is what I'm going to be wearing for New Year's, or at least a version of this. So I wanted to walk you through all the steps, the face, the eyes, the lashes, everything, and kind of show you what I do to really glam up for a special occasion, which is New Year's. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for being amazing, for sticking by me this whole entire year. I cannot believe that 2023 is literally next week. This is crazy, but I am excited. I feel like it's going to be a really great year, so I want to send you all of my positive energy today and always going forward. And with that, let's get into this video. Makeup for real life, for real life situations, New Year's Eve glam. Here we come. All right, so right now the only thing that's done on my face is my brows. I did that off camera, but my face base is freshly untouched. So what I'm gonna do is basically walk you through every single step of what I would do for a New Year's Eve look. This is probably going to be my New Year's Eve look. But I'm gonna start out with my fave, DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Balm Powder. I'm gonna apply that to the center of the face mainly, because as I've been raving about this product this whole year, this is a product that is able to control my shine and also mattify the skin and mattify my texture. So not only is this one of my absolute favorite foundations for the year, it is also my favorite primer. If you haven't yet watched my best foundations of 22 video, after you watch this video will be the time to watch that video. And also the best eyeshadow palettes of 2022. And next week, aka next year, I will have prepared the best makeup product of 2022. So be on the lookout for that. Set those notifications. Make sure you don't miss it. All right, so now that the product is stretched over my skin, which by the way is still kind of rough from my laser that I got done 6 days ago. This video is pre-filmed, by the way, which is why I keep on talking about it. But yeah, I could still feel like a little bit of roughness right here and all across my forehead. So I guess those parts haven't yet renewed themselves, but the center of the face and the nose seem to be new skin. For complexion, I am gonna be using a mixture of things. I'm gonna be using the HAUS Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation, and also this Glowy Supergel in the shade Starlow from SAIE. Not sure if it's SAIE or SAIE or SAIE or whatnot, but this is my first time trying out this product. I was sent this by Huda, and she said it's one of her favorite products, so today I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna apply that to the high points of my face, also the forehead. Also, I have a bare shoulder here, so you know, I'm gonna try it. I'm also gonna apply some to my jaw, and then quickly I'm gonna blend it out with this foundation brush, which will also be the foundation brush that I use for my foundation. Now this is the Makeup Forever Professional Wavy 109 brush. I don't know why they call them wavy, but anyway, this definitely did the thing. I like what it did. I imagine this would look amazing on just bare skin if you already have amazing skin, or with just like a very light BB cream or like a tinted moisturizer. I feel like this might be a hidden gem. Thank you, Huda, for introducing me. All right, so then I am going to add a couple of drops of this foundation. So now this is New Year's Eve makeup for real life, and I'm gonna go glam. I wanna look really, really good. So I'm gonna start spreading this foundation, obviously to the areas that I need most, but also making sure that I hit up my entire face. This is another one of my favorite foundations for the year, and I like it because it is both glam but also wearable, so you can sheer it out if you need to, or you can fully stack it up. Okay, that looks really good. Just like a decent light layer, nothing too crazy. I already have my hair done, which was probably a mistake because I actually want to contour. This is something that I hardly ever do, but for a special occasion like New Year's Eve, I want to do the most, you know? New Year's Eve is my holiday. The tree that I have in my house that some people call a Christmas tree, to me is my New Year's tree. I actually grew up celebrating New Year's Eve. That was the day that we put up the tree when I was a kid, and that was the day that I was expecting presents underneath the tree on January 1st, not on any other day. So to me, New Year's Eve is like my favorite holiday outside of my birthday if I'm doing something special. But yeah, New Year's always reminds me of my family. It always reminds me of my grandparents. It always reminds me of just like good times and good vibes. Skin is looking cute. It is looking fresh. I'm thinking I want to add just a little bit of this on top just to see what happens. So I'm going to add just like a couple of droplets just right here to the top of the cheekbone and also the brow bone area into the temple. This is really, really lovely. I am pleasantly surprised. And I love the jelly formulation. It's kind of unique. A little bit on the tip of the nose, a little bit on the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the chin, and then just whatever's remaining. I'm gonna massage that into my shoulder. There we go. Cute, 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 cute. Cute. All right, next, I'm gonna reach for my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm gonna add just a couple of drops to just some strategic areas like that so that I can lift, conceal, brighten, do the thing. This is a Huda Beauty Conceal and Blend brush. So as always, I'm gonna blend it out in this somewhat hollow area around my nose. Also, the shade that I'm using is a lighter shade that I normally use. It is 27S Light Medium Sand. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want a glammier highlight, or specifically like a more glam under eye. Otherwise, I'd use a shade medium. But in this instance, as you can see, I'm not using a lot of product, but it's doing the most because the color is pigmented but bright. I'm also using my finger to help just to kind of blend everything together. Do the chin real quick and like that. Love it. Next, I'm going to set just the under eye and also around the nose just to prevent some creasing. I'm going to use the Dominique Cosmetics Translucent Setting Powder and also my Charlotte T brush just to set it and forget it. Okay, cute. So that's all set. I'm going to move on to blush. One of my favorite liquid blushes is from Rare Beauty, and I have this cute mini one in the shade Truth. And this shade is a little bit more demure than what I typically wear, but I think it'll work with my overall look. So I'm gonna start with one cheek at a time. I'm gonna use this Rare Beauty blush brush. I believe this one is discontinued. Some people were not happy with it, saying that the bristles are a little too rough, but for me, they are perfect, and they are particularly perfect for this product. So I am happy I was able to get my hands on it before it became discontinued. Look how quickly it blends. Truly, I am obsessed with these Rare Beauty blushes. They are so, so good. All right, I'm gonna add 2 more dots on this cheek. And mind you, I have a lot of cheek real estate and all I use is 2 dots. So you may not need to use 2 dots if your face isn't as giant as mine. You could probably just get away with using 1 dot. I mean, look at this. So, so pigmented. Probably the most pigmented liquid blush I've ever encountered. But so good at the same time. Just so quality. Man, I love this one. It is so right. All right, so I'm taking that all the way up to the temple just because my hair is up. And it looks better when the blush kind of goes into the temple, into the hairline. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna reach for a contour stick, which if you guys have seen my Hidden Gems of Makeup video, I said that my favorite contour stick is the Pixie one, which is also discontinued, sadly. But my second fave would be the Mocha by Fenty. This one is very similar in color to the Pixie one, but it's a slightly different formulation. But the color specifically is what I love so much. Now, for someone who's my complexion, this would probably be a little bit too light of a contour, but I like it because I don't really enjoy a heavy contour on me. So this shade looks very, very natural and very believable, which is why I choose it. But typically this is something that's recommended for fair to light skin tones, and I am in the medium spectrum. Basically, I'm just rounding out and like tightening my forehead and also just adding a little bit of shadow underneath the cheekbone. I don't really like to do the jaw so much, but maybe I'll do the chin. My chin is kind of uneven, so I just like to maybe round it out a little bit. I also like to apply just a smidge right here on like the bulbous part of the nose, and that's pretty much it. That's what I like to do. I'm gonna reach for cream contour brush. This one is from, this has no name, but basically you can find this type of brush anywhere. I'm going to very gently blend this into the hairline. Yeah, so like I said, I probably shouldn't have glued down my baby hairs here because now I have to go around them, but you know what, that's fine. Blending and not really dragging. Instead, I'm just stamping. I feel like with the stamping method, the blend is just a little bit more seamless rather than gliding, which can sometimes disrupt your foundation, you know? Especially if you have oily skin, like I do. And then kind of just like brush it into my hairline, push it in there, just like that. Blend out the chin. Maybe that was too much. Back to my concealer brush. Better. Okay, then I'm gonna do the cheeks. Again, just that same stamping method, bringing it slightly up and then slightly down, but not too much. And kind of like rounding out the contour around the cheek, around the blush. So good. Same thing here. I sometimes like to hold my hand here and kind of like guide my brush so that it doesn't go lower than it needs to, you know? All right, and then for the nose, the detail areas, I'm gonna use a different brush, something small like this, and basically just blend that out. And same thing with the mouth. You don't wanna have like a stash contour, so you have to be careful with this method and be careful with like the color lipstick that you choose. If it's too close of a shade to your contour, it may end up looking like a mustache. And then I'm just gonna clean up the sides. There we go. Next, I'm gonna set everything with this Essence 16 Hour Cover and Last Powder Foundation that I've been raving about. I love this one so much. It's such a great powder. I feel like it's replaced my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless powder. I don't like to use a lot of it, just like a little bit on a giant brush. And I use that to really set the face all over. I set my jawline. I set right underneath that contour. I set the nose, then I kind of like move up and I set the cheek, but I never really set the highlight because I like this part to be wet. All right, there we go. Looking rather glamorous. Next, of course, I'm gonna reach for my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. Erase the pores. Us oily girls have pores, and this product helps so much with that. Press it in there and lock everything in. And then of course, same thing on the other side. Should we do that satisfying close-up? Let's do it. Here we go. Oh yeah. Bye-bye pores. Look at that smoothness. I don't know why I love doing that, but you do need a super, super, super dense brush in order for it to work. So I use the Bare Minerals. Actually, this brush is so old that it says Bare Essentials on it. So I use their Handy Bookie brush, which is specifically intended for this product, but I'm gonna have to find like a dupe or something similar so I can recommend for you guys in case this is no longer available, which I presume it's no longer available. I mean, I've had it for like 10, 15 years, maybe longer. Next thing we're gonna do is bronze up with powder. I told you I am doing the most for New Year's Eve. I wanna look real good. I wanna be glam. I wanna be shiny. I wanna be stunning. Obviously in real life, my hair will be better too, because my hair just like never cooperates for videos. Ever, really. I'm actually surprised that some of my like most viral videos are hair videos because it is so hard for me to do my own hair. I just don't think I'm very good at it. And also I don't think my hair is very easy to work with. It's a bad combination of fine and too much of it. So it often gets tangled, it often gets frizzy. And also I have like 15 to 20% of really, really coarse hair within my super fine hair. So that just like totally throws everything off. That hair doesn't act the same as the rest of my hair. It gets really wiry. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. I guess I was trying to find an excuse for my hair not looking as amazing as it will on New Year's when I actually take an hour to do it. Okay, so basically, I did not walk you through what I was just doing. I'm using the One Size, again, light trio, because I like to contour with like a lighter powder rather than a deeper powder that's like intended for my skin tone. So I used the light trio, I used the deepest shade here, and basically I just went over my forehead, I went over all the areas that I contoured, and I also went a little bit along and underneath the jawline, just tiny bit. And also under the cheekbone, obviously, not really under the mouth or around the nose. So now I'm gonna move on to eyes. For the eyes, I have actually prepared something fairly simple, but I think it will be very stunning, and I think it'll be something that you guys will take not just for New Year's, but also onwards. I feel like this look is very easy, very doable, and beautiful. I'm gonna prime the lids, but I'm not going to prime the entire lid. I'm just gonna prime the center of the lid using this GERARD Cosmetics white eye base. I'm gonna pick up a tiny amount, and I'm gonna just stamp that to the center of the lid, like right above the iris, and then just blend it out, just like that. So this will just basically give me a very, very light, even canvas to work with. And of course, if you want to make it brighter, you can. I'm gonna make it just a little bit more bright in the center. Okay, good enough. Looks so, 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 so good already. Oh my God. I don't remember if I took my apple cider vinegar vitamins today. I keep these here in my video room just so that I can remember to take these. I don't remember if I took them, but whatever. Next thing I'm gonna do is pick up some eyeshadow crayons. I'm gonna be using like a medium toned brown. This one from R.E.M. Beauty in the shade Lunar Eclipse. I've raved about this particular pencil a lot. I'm also gonna grab a brown one, Morphe 2 Eye Wish shadow stick in the shade Come True, just like a brown. And also I'm gonna grab the Laura Mercier Tuxedo Caviar Eye Stick in black. I may or may not use that. I have it handy just in case. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna work with one eye at a time. And basically, I'm going to contour my entire eye shape, add a little bit underneath, and then quickly buff that out with a brush. Super, super, super simple and effective. And also very glam. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. See how I'm not being super precise? But once you blend it and then it doesn't matter if you were precise or not. And this particular shadow stick is really, really easy to use. I wish they had more shades. All they have is flesh tone, matte, and shimmery shades, but I wish they had some deeper browns and a black, because this formula is really, really, really great. But the girls need more shades. That's step one. Next, I'm gonna grab the brown, the Morphe 2. I'm gonna deepen that just a little bit right here and kind of like lift it a little bit. You could do that. And then with the same brush, blend it yet again. This one's not as great a formula, but it's good enough for what I'm doing. So you might have to work a little bit quicker here. All right, if you want to set that with powder eyeshadow, you can, but I don't really want to. I don't really care to. I'm gonna reach for a little bit of the black, just like the smallest amount, and add that just here to the corner, and then with a different brush, something that's a little bit more precise, like this. I'm gonna just darken that corner and blend that. You could probably also do that with a finger. Just like a little bit of smoke, a little bit of shadow. And you can go back and add a little bit more if you need, but I would be careful with this step just because you could easily add a little too much and then it becomes a little too difficult to blend out, and also then it becomes a very specific look. Perhaps not something that you were going for, but anyway, this is what I'm going for. Just like a little hint of shadow, a little bit of a lift, and nothing more than that. Do the same thing here. I don't know, I find that these Laura Mercier Caviar eye sticks are kind of difficult to work with. Like, they're not my favorite crayon sticks. I far prefer Bobbi Brown's, or like I said, the R.E.M beauty ones, but I don't have those handy, and I do have the black handy here from Laura, so that's just what I'm using. All right, we are lifted, we are contoured, we are ready for the fun part. For the fun part, I'm gonna reach for my new favorite palette, the Bobbi Brown Luxe Eye and Cheek palette. Remember, the one with the gorgeous highlighter that I will be utilizing. I'm actually gonna be reaching for this eyeshadow right here. This one is called Moonstone, and it is just so stunning. Like, this is the birthday or New Year's Eve eyeshadow. Just look how wet and sparkly it looks on the finger. So what I'm gonna do with this one is literally add that to the center of the lid for that much needed sparkle. And because I already have a white base, this is going to pop even more. Basically just applying that all over the movable part of the lid, all the way up to the crease or to the eye socket. I'm gonna apply that on this eye. This is so simple, but it's so stunning. And I feel that mixing crayon shadows and then some of these sparkly shadows is like the thing to do right now. It's so easy and just gives you like a different vibe, I think. All right, so also I'm not really so much worried about the fallout, but you know, there will be sparkle fallout. I don't really mind if it's like under my eyes. I just don't want it to come down too much on the face, but around the eyes is totally fine. All right, so essentially if you are a minimalist but you just want like a cute, easy, wearable New Year's look, you could just add some mascara or liner and lashes and you're good to go. But I'm gonna take it a step further just to show you what can be done. So I'm gonna line my eye with this R.E.M Beauty liquid liner, creating a very small, very thin line, and then I'm winging it out very precisely, just like that. I'm gonna add a little bit of a inner corner liner just around the teardrop, just to keep it current and fresh. And I will need to connect that to the top lash line, like that. Beautiful. I'm being very specific with my wing here. And then I'm gonna take a clean brush, angled brush, and then I'm just gonna clean up right underneath, which will also kind of extend that line of the wing a tiny bit and give it that edge. There we go. Ah yes, inner corner liner. Boom. Next thing I'm gonna do is pick up some rhinestones. You can use any rhinestones from Amazon. These are from the Born Pretty store. I have different sizes. I have some really tiny ones and then also some like medium-sized ones. You're also going to need something that picks up rhinestones, either like a rubber tip picker, or you could use any white pencil liner. As long as it has like a waxy consistency, it'll easily pick up the product. You're also going to need some clear lash adhesive. So what I'm gonna do first is add my lash adhesive kind of sporadically to like different areas. I'm gonna add some to the lid, maybe like 1 or 2 before the crease, and then like another one right here, right there, maybe here, and then here. So that's like 5 or 6. And then I'm gonna start picking up my rhinestones. I'm gonna go for just like simple silver colored rhinestones. I'm gonna place them right on top. See how easy it is with a picker? There we go. And then one right here. And then I don't remember where my glue was. I think it was here. Yep. And then I believe I had one more right here under the brow. Yes, right there. Glue has dried. I'm gonna do another one right here. And maybe one more right there. So it's kind of sporadic, not really like super precise. There we go. And so now I'm gonna complete the same thing on the other eye. I'm only gonna make some of them match, like the one underneath the brow. I think that's an important one to match, as well as this one. And then the rest may or may not match. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I'm gonna add a couple more dots of glue to the outer portion. Again, I'm gonna go here and then like a little bit lower and maybe a little bit higher and maybe like an extra one, like right there. Boom, bam, and done. Ooh, yeah. That was fun and definitely something that I wanted to do. Obviously, you do not have to do the rhinestones. You could totally skip the rhinestones. I just wanted to do it because I feel like it's fun and it's playful and it just makes me feel a little bit more glam than normal. All right, so now for the lashes, I'm gonna reach for these Ardell's Light as Air lashes. These are really, really long and really spiky, but they have an invisible band, so it's gonna be perfect for what I'm about to do. I'm going to cut them to size. Then I am going to curl them with my lash curler. I'm gonna set them aside, and then I'm gonna curl my bottom lashes, not yet my top lashes, so just the bottoms. Then before I apply mascara, I am going to use black lash glue, this one from Kiss, Black Lash Couture, and I'm gonna apply these lashes before I apply my mascara because I actually want to blend in my real lashes with the mascara. And I really only do this with super light lashes, ones that have an invisible band like the ones that I just showed. Otherwise, it becomes really hard and almost impossible to make them look natural. Generally, if they have a thicker band, it's a much heavier lash, so it'll be harder to make that look like a real lash. But these are kind of cool because they're light, yet they are super, super long and super, super glam. Again, Ardell Light as Air. All right, so now I'm gonna apply this lash. I'm gonna add that to the center first, then to the inner portion. Hold it there because it definitely needs to stick. And then add that to the outer portion, but not directly to the lash line, like a little bit higher so that it actually gives you like an eye lifting effect. And I'm just gonna crimp down that inner corner to make sure that it is on there. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing here. Center first. Hold down the inner corner. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna perfect my cat eye. I feel like the way that the lash glued onto the eye made my liner just a little bit imperfect. So I'm gonna perfect it. I'm gonna go over everything like that. And then same thing here. Like that. All right, next, I'm gonna grab my waterproof mascara. This one, Essence Double Trouble. But before I do, I'm gonna crimp my lashes one more time. I'm gonna crimp them together now with my REPHR Lash Curler. I'm gonna add my mascara to both my lashes and also the falsie, but I'm gonna mess this falsie up just a little bit. I'm gonna go forth and back and forth, just to make it look less perfect. Just like that, and boom. Ooh, so sultry. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of mascara to the lower lashes. I feel like they need it, even though I'm not really doing too much of a dramatic lower lash line. I'm not darkening anything, but I feel like with this very heavy on the top, top heavy, but I feel like with this top heavy lid, we need to balance it out a little bit, at least with a lash. So I'm gonna add a couple of coats of mascara like that. Oh yeah, sultry. And then same thing here, obviously. I'm gonna move on to the lips and to the highlighter. For the lips, I feel like you can go in any direction. You can do something really dramatic, like a dramatic glossy lip. I feel like this would be so fun and so cool. Actually, I might do that. Or you can just keep it neutral, but kind of sparkly with something a little bit muted and understated. I feel like this is safer. And given the fact that there's so much happening on the eyes, there's literally rhinestones and these like massive lashes, I feel like this could be a good way to go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach for this Makeup Forever Makeup Artist Pencil in the shade Up and Down Tan, which is a slightly pinkier nude. Remember how I told you that you don't want your lip color to match too much to the contour? Otherwise, it could look like a mustache. Basically, you just want the undertones to be different. And in this case, they are different. I'm gonna line my lips just like that. I'm gonna go for this peachy lip oil from Dose of Colors. It is in the shade Pretty Fun. I love this shade. So, so nice. I'm gonna add that all over. I feel like this sort of matches with like my blush here and just gives it a little bit more cohesion. I'm also gonna reach for this Bobbi Brown Crushed Oiled Infused Gloss in the shade Bare Sparkle, which will basically give me a little bit of sparkle. I'm gonna put it on my finger first because I don't want to contaminate the wand. I'm gonna add just this little bit of sparkle to the lip. So pretty. All right, for the highlighter, I'm gonna go back to the Luxe Eye and Cheek palette from Bobbi Brown, and I am gonna go all out. I'm gonna take this small brush from Laura Lee Los Angeles. I'm gonna dip into this super pretty highlighter. It's like a gold and pink shift. I'm gonna add that right here, right on top. So stunning. Oh, So, so good. Now, because it reflects pink, it also works with my blush, also works with the lid, which is sparkly. And then I'm gonna add the same highlighter to my collarbone right here. Look at that. And also on my shoulder. Oh my God. So good. So necessary. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was just like the pop that I needed. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, you guys, one final thing I'm gonna do. If I find the product that I'm looking for, never mind, I didn't find it, so I'm just gonna use a brown from this Tarte lip palette. This palette is so old, but it's still so good. I'm gonna take painterly little brush. I'm gonna dip into this brown here. And yeah, I'm gonna fill in my hairline, sweetie. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use small strokes and just kind of work that back, just like that. And then I'm gonna take a deeper color right next to it, multitasker. I'm gonna add a little bit of dimension with that. Why not? People have been doing this for ages. So simple. I'm actually gonna grab a little bit of black too. I feel like my hair is very dark compared to like my skin, so just gonna up the contrast. There. It's been a minute since I've done that, but that was fun. All right, you guys, and this is the final look. New Year's Eve makeup for real life. Let's show it off. All right, so let's talk about this makeup for real life New Year's Eve edition. I am absolutely in love with this makeup look. I feel like it is so very glam, yet it's fun, it's flirty, it's a little bit not so serious. It's just like a little burst of rhinestones. It's fun, flirty lashes. It's kind of like an understated lip. I love everything. I love the highlighter. I like how it's working with my top and also with my hair. So this is definitely going to be the look that I wear this New Year's, or at least a version of that. And I hope it inspires you to do the same. So with that, I want to wish you guys an amazing holiday. I want to wish you a happy New Year's. I will see you in the new year. And for now, I will leave you with all of my love today and always. Zooming on out, saying peace out, and I'm out. See you in 2023. Mwah!